Yo, yo, yo. Let's do this thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're live. We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome, Fragrance Familia. It is your boy, Johnny Sense here, back with another live. Yes, sir. We're live, and we gonna do it live. Today is Tuesday, February 24th. The weather today was a little chilly. Last week it was a little warm, getting in the 60s. This week we're getting into the 30s. You know what I mean? The cold wind, the wind is coming back. Today it got a little bit warmer in the afternoon. I want to say in the 40s, mid 40s. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the weather that we're having. The rest of this week is looking like it's going to be chilly mornings and like maybe 50s max mid 50s with some wind. So it'll probably be feeling like 40s, something like that. So that's what we got going on today. So, you know, this week isn't really going to be spring orientated, but still we are transitioning into the spring weather now. As you guys can tell, the weather is changing. The leaves are blossoming. There's some blossoms that are coming out, you know what I mean? So we're going to talk about some of these spring fragrances. But let's go ahead and turn up real quick. We're going to play a little song that I made, and let's see what y'all think. I made this with my boy.
I do this shit every day, I do this shit, young nigga don't play. Brand new GLE, I scared off the load, I'm about to lay. Skating on the squad, I'm paid.
What y'all got on? What y'all got on today? My fragrance today. What I put on today? See. You know that I'm gonna spray. This is my scent of the day for today. What y'all got on today? What y'all put on? This is what I got on today. Which bottle do you guys like more? Scent of the day, Ombre Sultan. What's up, bro? Shout out to Fragrance Time 3000. Ombre Sultan. I haven't heard of that one. Let's take a little peep real quick. What you guys think about the song? Is, you know, a little smooth shit, nothing crazy. But I haven't heard of this Ombre Sultan. I really want to see what's up. My fragrance of today was Phantom Parfum by Rabanne. Some chill shit. Really good fragrance. Honestly, today as I wore it, it reminded me of Nishani Ani in a way. It's like the vanilla and cardamom combo. That's really what I was picking up. Let's see. Ooh, Serge Lutens. I feel like I heard that like once or twice, bro. What do you rate that from a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know. Let me know. What do you rate this from a scale to 10 in your opinion? Ooh. Amber, aromatic, fresh, spicy, balsamic, warm, spicy, and woody. You know what this reminds me, y'all? Slick. You know what this reminds me? Off the rip, just because yesterday we went over this on live, this reminds me of Prada's new fragrance, Prada Paradigme. But what do you give this? What do you give this from a scale 1 to 10? Fragrance Time 3000. 8.5. Damn, that's yeah, yo, that's actually pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna go through real quick and go through a few of the comments below and see what the people talking about and see, like, you know, if there's some hype, because I don't know about y'all, but I haven't heard of this one, Serge Lutens. This might be a sleeper right here. I don't know where it's from. Is this a Middle Eastern type fragrance, or is this like Paris? I'm not sure what. I'm a little blind. I ain't got my glasses. It's nice, nice. That's what I like to. That's what I like to hear. Ooh, okay. Look, hey, y'all, check it out. 4.18 out of 5 with 7,000 votes. I think we went over Prada Paradigme yesterday a little bit because I unboxed it because my girl got it for me. Shout out to her, you know what I mean? Shout out to girls out here buying their guys some fragrances. They should be doing that more often, man. Let them know, let them know. But the Prada, if my memory serves right, it was like a high 3.8 or something like that with like 2,000, almost 3,000 votes. So this off rip is coming with some heat. France, oh, French perfumery, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's got to be some heat. Hey, everybody, shout out to everybody who's popping in. What's up, everybody? Let me know your scent of the day, what you put on. I had on this. I think this is like a 4 point, low 4s as well. This is, you know, nothing crazy. This seems like definitely like a little bit more unique and is bringing something to the table. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, man. So big shout out to Fragrance Time 3000. I think he's putting us on game, y'all. Okay, interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me look at some of these pros and cons just because this is a new fragrance, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all how I do my research, you know what I mean? How I do a little bit of my research. So we got this dude, hold on now. Let's see if I can move it a little bit right here. Christopher Sheldrake. Okay, I don't know who he is. His profile looking clean. You know what I mean? Y'all see him? Got a little cut. He got a little something going on. And let me see. He works with Quest, Serge Lutens, which is the brand, Shishido. Okay. Yeah. Moved to Paris. Okay, so he legit. We'll do a little background check on him later, you know, some other time. Right now we're interested in this fragrance. And the pros is gorgeous, golden warmth, dense and complex scent, perfectly done amber, artistic expression of amber, full of facets, understated and elegant bottle design, rich resonance and balsamic dry down, masterful blend of resins and spices, outstanding longevity and projection. Very few cons. If you guys are ever on Fragrantica, bro, usually these cons are like, you know, just as stacked as the pros, but you know, that's pretty dope. I don't see that often. You don't see that often. So strong emphasis on herbs and spices. For those, I guess, who may not like that, you know, certain herbs and spices. Is this a really spicy fragrance, bro? It seems like an amber fragrance, and amber, if done correctly, which seems like this fragrance is, it will be a nice sweet, not gourmand, but it could go on a little bit gourmand, or on the resonant side. It seemed like on the more balsamic and resonant side. So okay, this might have some sex appeal for sure. Some sensuality. Requires a confident individual to wear it. Unique. If you're looking for unique, this might be it. Shout out to y'all, gal, bro. I'm saying, bro, shout out to the ladies out here who buying their men's fragrances, bro. Gotta let them know. Buy your man's fragrances 2026. Period. Prominent culinary herbal notes. So that definitely seems like a very unique and special type of fragrance. These are some very interesting notes off the rip. Hey, bro, shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the sub, bro. Shout out to you. He liked the house perfumer. Yeah. It seems like he's really good at what he does, because when I'm looking at these notes off the rip, the resins, ambers, so it's gonna be a really resiny type of amber. You got some bay leaf, which I think Raban's Invictus has the bay leaf as well, so you know it might be pretty aromatic there. You got some myrrh that sometimes could really bust. Benzoin's been one of those new notes. Good amber for me. Got like a nice sweet vanillic nuance in there. Some sandalwood and vanilla usually creates some creamy vanilla combo. Coriander with some fresh spiciness. Oregano, patchouli, angelica. I've seen it in Prada Black. Shout out to Prada Black. Does bring like this herbal kind of fresh green nuance. Could be a hit or miss, not gonna lie. And myrtle, which I have seen I think once before, but I can't remember if anything off the top of my head. But off the top of my head, this is definitely a resinous. There's some sweetness in there in the resins. You got some creamy vanilla going on. And you got a lot of green herbs with this oregano, angelica, and myrtle. So if you're not into herbs in your fragrances, remember, I always say it, try before you buy. Try before you buy. Always get the 1 ml, then boost it up to the 5. And then, you know, if you really run up that 5 and you really like that fragrance, then you might be able to go ahead and get you that bottle. But this definitely seems like a really nice fragrance for show. Unique AF. Not really too spicy. That's good to know. That's not... In your words, before we go down on the comments below, let us know, since we're doing this live and you're helping us out a lot here. Describe this fragrance as best as you can. Like I guess maybe give us like three words that you could describe it, or just, you know, a few words. You know, you ain't got it too crazy if you don't want to. You know, definitely don't want you going too crazy on that one. But look at these bottles, y'all. These definitely look elegant. So I feel like these fragrances are definitely coming with some elegance, some heat. This definitely looks like class. Not like what I had on today, even though it was a good fragrance. But, you know, this to some people might be a little tacky or cheesy. My girl actually found it, you know, not that bad. So she definitely wasn't roasting on it. All black is all cool. Can't hate on that. The sillage is moderate. A little bit more on the stronger side of enormous. That's good for those of you guys who like, you know, longevity. On the longer lasting side, sillage is always pretty good. So, yeah. I don't know how much this fragrance is. I'm thinking it's going to be more on the pricier side, but, you know, definitely get your bang for your buck, other than some of these other fragrances that we're going to talk about later on today. You know, like Green Irish Tweed, or some other fragrances that you spend potentially $300+ on, and it only lasts like 4 hours, 5 hours. You know what I mean? Those gotta last at least 7, bro. At least 7. Aromatic, dope. Aromatic is always nice. Mass appealing, usually aromatics always come in nice, sweet. Bit narcomonde. Okay, yep. Herbs can go soapy. Okay, so we got like a little aromatic with some soapy nuance with those herbs. A little bit of sweetness coming from that benzoin, maybe that myrrh. If you guys didn't know, as far as what I was taught, you know what I mean, in Bible times when baby Jesus was being born into this world, you know, myrrh was one of those things that the three guys brought to him and gifted him. You know what I mean? That means something. Myrrh's been in the game for the longest. Gentlemanly, gotta be. I could tell just by looking at the bottles. You already know. This perfume reminds me of Amber Absolute by Tom Ford. There you go. I don't know if anybody's smelt that. I heard of this Armaf Oud. I've heard maybe 1 or 2 guys maybe talk about this, but I'm not too familiar with any of this. I don't know if any of you guys are, but I'm not. Nah, Mott Tacky under a hundo. Hey, that's a bet. Under a hundo? That's a bet. That's a bet. But if you guys can see what this fragrance is, you know, up against, people who like that type of fragrance also like this. Never heard of this. Expensive, expensive. Looks like great quality for the money. Under $100, I'll take that. Niche. So this is niche, baby. If y'all like niche, want to smell unique, this is it. You might like it. Fresh, almost citrusy and iris with vanilla in my perception of the opening. Gets a strong oregano note right after this. Very prominent over everything else. So if you guys don't like oregano in the kitchen, if you guys are like, yeah, oregano, what the hell? You know what I mean? Then this probably ain't your thing. Gets a bit spice cupboard at times. By this become lesser as it dries down. Dries down to spice over a vanilla heavy amber. Alright. Benzoin I've been liking a lot because Raban's 1 Million Royale has that. And JPG's Le Male Elixir off the top of my head that I know also have benzoin. So that's why I've been liking it. It's been cool. I'm very confused with people comparing this to Grand Soir, which I adore and find incredibly chic, as they are not even in the same fragrance category. The amber in the base is very comforting and warm, but the spices are incredibly aromatic and giving kitchen spice drawer. Alright. However, the whole composition just smells like a wet wool sweater left to dry in an old house. It's interesting, but not really wearable, as it smells like an old person or wet dog. Damn! I expected a much more ambery, sweeter, and resinous fragrance with a touch of spice and herbs based on the reviews and notes. No, just no. I agree with Old Factory Gentleman's review. The hell? What did Old Factory Gentleman say? I'm sure I'll accept some oversensitive fragrance enthusiasts. You are a property inspector tasked with assessing properties that have fallen into foreclosure. Today you are gaining entry into a home of an elderly man who has passed away without any next of kin. As you enter, you note the dust collection and a 50-year-old decor. What the hell? Old carpets and old furniture. You enter the kitchen. There's an encrusted spill of log cabin maple syrup, mostly oxidized, on the counter. You open a cabinet and engulfed in the stench of stale cookie spices, especially oregano. What kind of combo? What is this? You go outside for a breather as the confluence of smells is repellent. Bro, Old Factor Gentleman just snapped. This man didn't even have to. What the hell? That was one hell of a review right there. Soup. Benzoin is nice. Shout out to Benzoin. Benzoin is nice. Bro, Old Factory Gentleman just snap. Alright, let me do two more and then we keep it pushing. Golden and warm resin ambers. Unlike a lot of vanilla and amber perfumes, this isn't sickeningly sweet and is actually very nice. The aromatics in this perfume pair so well and honestly make this a masterpiece. The longevity is great and lasts 6 to 7 hours with a moderate projection. 9 out of 10. Figured. Okay. Cool. It's so balsamic, just like Amber 114. I love balsamic amber, so I know I will add this to my cart. I love it. Addictive and quality scent. I love it. Lean masculine, amber, spicy scent. Great for cooler weather and evenings out. Decent spicy amber. I prefer Grand Soirs. I like more vanilla with my amber. But this is really nice resinous composition with a slight woody spicy base. It's not mind-breaking for me, but it's pleasant and homey scent to me. Word. And we just went over, which might be a sleeper, because 4.18 out of 5 with almost 8,000 votes isn't too bad. More of a winter fall, of course. You know, this is amber, more resinous, so this definitely is more for those type of weathers. It could be rich sometimes, you know, kind of heavy. Makes helps fragrances last longer. But yeah, dude, when I look at this definitely reminds me of a lot of the notes, similar notes as Prada Paradigme. So if you guys know Prada Paradigme or haven't smelt that one, it's like a YSL myself type, but a new, and I would say even better myself. Now that I think about it, that fragrance actually does have some amber, some like Peru balsam, which is a little balsamic, and it has benzoin as well. My manager actually had it on today for work, and I was smelling it. It wasn't projecting. Let's say that we work about like 3 to 5 feet away, okay? When I was in his bubble about like 2 feet to like closer to 1 foot, I could definitely smell like a nice bubble around him for sure. So I did like that, and I do got that fragrance too. My girl just got it from me too with this one. So yeah, shout out to our girls out here treating the dudes well. And if she not treating you well, hit me up, and we gonna get her to treat you well on everything, gang. Fragrance Familia in the building. Well, where the algorithm at? You're fun. Hey, bro, appreciate you, bro. I'm new to the game. I'm new to the fragrance scene. You know what I mean? But hopefully I get to take over, bro. Because my inspiration, y'all, is really, you know, just like anybody else, bro. I'm just your, you know, typical average Joe. I ain't really nothing crazy. You see the background. You know, we doing this live, bro. This real stuff, man. Real deal. We ain't out here trying to make things pretty, you know, all that fugazi stuff, man. We keeping it legit. So, yeah, in other words, some of these dudes are kind of lame, bro. No offense. Everybody doing their thing, and I love the information that they provide. I love what they do. But, you know what I mean? You gotta have fun with the fragrances too, you know what I mean? So let's have fun, y'all. Let's have fun. So, as we were going over, let me stop this real quick. Alright, bet. So, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna talk about this. Fragrance World's Nightclub Green Tweed. Have you guys heard of Fragrance World? What do you guys think about Fragrance World? Fragrance World, maybe you guys heard of Liquid Brune, which is from French Avenue, which is upper tier from Fragrance World, but pretty much the same company. And they've been taking over ever since Liquid Brune. You know, they've become very popular. I've had a bunch of their fragrances. Compared to a lot of other Middle Eastern houses, they definitely have been coming with some heat. So, you know what I mean, shout out to them and the work that they're doing and everybody out here, because when you coming out with some heat, you know, when you're a new company and you're coming out with some heat, you know, there's a lot of competition out here. So, you know, you gotta come with some heat. And we're going to talk about this. And does this remind you of guys of anything in particular? This is actually really funny. And we're going to talk about this real quick. Shout out to Fragrance Time 3000, bro. Yes, bro. We going to get live. We going to get lit every live, and we going to do it live. Nightclub, baby. You see the name? Nightclub. But is this going to be good for the nightclub? That's the real question. So let's get straight to it. This, if you can't tell by now, I'll show you guys a picture of what it reminds me of, okay? And that's gonna be our Moths Club de Nut. I want to choose the original one. Club the Nut. Alright, we'll go with this one. Boom, you see that? You see that? Little dangly piece. Nightclub. Club the Nut. Ring a bell. And if you guys don't know, this is our muff. This is another Middle Eastern clone house. Also very known and popularized, blew up because of the Club de Nuit, which is supposed to be a very affordable alternative to Creed's Aventus, which, if you haven't smelled, definitely get your nose on. Old Money smells great. One of the most popular niche fragrance out here. And it's not bad, you know, but it's an affordable option. So compared to the OG, you know, you're gonna have some discrepancies there. You will have some discrepancies there. And this fragrance, you know, since it's another you know, Middle Eastern house, which is, you know, supposed to be imitations, more affordable options to the originals, is an imitation of an imitation. So I find that pretty hilarious myself. I do. The fact that that this is Armaf is a Middle Eastern house, Fragrance World is a Middle Eastern house, and they're kind of competing on bottles. I find that kind of hilarious. I do find that kind of hilarious. Actually, matter of fact, I don't know why I showed you guys a picture. Like, I don't have one of them. Some of them. If you guys are interested in affordable options, and we're also talking about spring fragrances, so let's go ahead and talk about some, while we're, doing the mix of everything here. I got the Clothing Nut Urban Man Elixir, banger. And I got the other one, Untold. Yes, sir. Fragrance Time 3000. You got Untold too, bruh. That's what I'm talking about. Club de Nuit. My bad. That's how it's pronounced, though. Slick, technically. Let me not be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. My friend said that one time because he saw it. Because it's crazy. When you really look at it up close. Well, this one looks, yeah. But he really thought it said Club de Nut. But yeah, this one is supposed to be like Baccarat Rouge. Really good. Pretty synthetic. But if you like Baccarat Rouge, this is pretty much Baccarat Rouge. This is what I would say, very, very close. You might as well get this. It looks a little tacky. Yes, I know. Women do love this fragrance. And one of my homies does wear this. And I remember one time he wore it in the strip club and the bees were on him. So this smells like money. Definitely a good fragrance. Easy one to rock with. In the summertime, just be careful with the sprays. You will go nose blind with that fragrance with Baccarat Rouge. Other people will smell you. And you really only need like two sprays. During the summer, during spring, 3 sprays, you in there, gang. That might even be a little too much. I think I could even still rock with 2. 1 spray and you still smelling that for like 7-8 hours. Easy. Getting wafts of it. And yes, sir, it is good. It is good. I'll give this for what it is compared to Baccarat Rouge and whatnot. Easy 8. Definitely higher than that, but you know what I mean. The Baccarat Rouge scent profile, I've kind of just I like other scents now, but I do wear it every now and then. Great for layering, great for mixing with other fragrances. Banger, beast. But yes, sir. And this other one is supposed to be Creativentis mixed with a little Baccarat Rouge and Dior Sauvage. A lot of Dior Sauvage. So nice, great hybrid, tribrid action going on there. Very sensual smelling. Definitely a great compliment getter. If I were to recommend anyone from the Club de Nuit line, this would definitely be one of them. The Dior Sauvage scent profile is definitely getting a little overplayed in my opinion, and it gets a little boring. This one at least brings the best parts of it, and it brings a little bit, like I said, of that Creativentis, a little bit of it, and a little bit of Baccarat Rouge. So yeah, banger right there. Yes, sir. If you haven't tried it out, bro, definitely you should try it out. Definitely wanna check out, especially if you like fragrances like Dior Sauvage, Baccarat Rouge, and Creativentis. 100%. 100%. Man, I feel like I'm about to go turn up. Hold up. Let me get back to it, y'all. So, alright, we're going to talk about this. This is supposed to be like, let me show you guys what this is actually supposed to imitate. And that is going to be Creed's Green Irish Tweed. The hell? That's not what I got. That's weird. Maybe they changed their bottles. I did get this like a while ago and I got it pretty low key. But let's see. Creed, my bad. Creed Green Irish Tweed. Yes, sir. And this, have you guys smelled this one? Let me know if y'all smelled this one. This one, especially the OG. I remember when I was first started my fragrance journey and I was buying a buttload of little 1 ml samples from Scent Decan and all these other decant stores. And I was, this was one that I definitely remembered. Obviously, it's too expensive. Definitely looked for affordable options. Definitely found some. But nothing that really moved me like the OG. And the OG is definitely, well, I guess kind of how it sounds like. I will say if you are a fan, or if you, I won't even say a fan, but if you're familiarized with the green soap, the Irish soap bar, you know what I'm talking about? Well then, yeah. It's got some soapy nuances. Irish, smells very gentlemanly, very professional, great for office environments. Smells like money. Great fragrance in my opinion. Fortunately, I don't have it in my collection. I will someday, hopefully, when I make that kind of money. But for right now, I do have the sample, and we're gonna go ahead and compare the original with its affordable alternative and see which one is actually worth it. Is this actually gonna be worth it, or is the other fragrance gonna be worth it? Let's actually, while I go ahead and also find, the original fragrance here. Let's also look at the prices, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But let's see, we got green Irish Tweed, which is gonna be like, and this is through a discounter, y'all. This is not retail. This is not if you go at a mall. This is what it's gonna be. This is through one of the yeah, Joma Shop. If you don't know, now you know. The Ahar main one, hey bro, that's one of the ones that I actually haven't tried yet. Let us know in the chat. What do you think? Do you really enjoy it? I do like green Irish Tweed. I do find it really nice. Like I said, I haven't found one that really moves me like the first one. The Ahar main, I have heard that one's pretty straight. I've had the Armaf one and this one as well, and I will say that this one smells very similar to the Armaf. This very loud. It says nightclub, and I agree, it says nightclub for a reason. You know what I mean? It is a very strong projecting fragrance. I will not lie, it does smell pretty cheap when you first spray it. You know, it's not gonna be as natural as the legit one right here, right? So you know, the quality of the ingredients is not gonna be the same. That's what I'm trying to say here. So the OG is gonna be $255, and that's with a discount. In stock if you want it. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And then let's see what fragrance world nightclub green Tweed. Let's see how much this bad Larry costing out here on Frag Flex. We got it for $40. $40. And you guys know I don't like the BS or anything. Actually decent on my second bottle. Dang. Okay, I might have to look in this one, because if this one, when I compare it to the OG, if it's weak sauce, you know what I mean, then or if it's close to the original, then I just might have kind of outgrew the scent profile personally. But we really gonna see. But if this one doesn't move me, then I'm really check out that Al Hermain one. But like I said, I don't like to BS with you guys, you know what I mean? So we gon' keep it legit. Let me just look at some quick reviews here. What other people I said. Damn. Only one review and they gave them a 5. 9 out of 10. GIT do for some reason. Oh shit. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see here. Still trying to figure it out here. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Right now. Bam, 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 bam. Anyways, 9 out of 10 GIT do. For some reason, GIT is really hard to clone. There are many that kind of smell like it, but very few even get 90% close. I'd put this right at the 90% mark. Opening is almost exact. Eek. The dry down smells good but artificial. Decent staying power. I'd say that this is a great product for the price. Nice. And I would definitely probably say that. This one off the rip, when I first tried it on, I will say it's 40 bucks. I feel like I got it cheaper. I ain't gonna hold you. It might have gone up in price a little bit, man. These tariffs and and this economy out here, killing a youngin' out here, man. Killing a youngin' out here. Got me working like a slave, boy. Some bullshit going on. Y'all heard what's going on in Mexico? Man, I had to cancel my trip to Cancun. They're going crazy out there, bro. It's a war zone down there. It's wild. Be safe, y'all. Be safe. But okay, longevity is slightly above average. We got projection about moderate, sillage about moderate. Okay, cool. So I remember spraying this one time like at the house, because that's one of the ways that I like to test the fragrance, in the way how it projects and whatnot, how it stays in the room. I'll spray it somewhere in the room, like one spray, and then see how it is. This one is actually pretty strong, definitely a few feet. I would say that this one probably lasts like about 4 to 6 hours. That's what I'm giving it. But let's go ahead and compare it. Let's not waste any more time. Let me just look for the original really quick. Tweed, Irish Tweed, found it. Let's be fully transparent here. Hold on. Oh yeah, guys, we're in here. Shout out to everybody, man. If you made it out here, if you made it and you alive, you got this, bro.
I got this. I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Green Irish Tweed. Boom. Send decant. Check them out if you want some decants. If you want some decants on colognes, because I don't really see any, and you guys are ever curious, just hit me up on my email or anywhere and get you some. But off the rip, green, soapy vibes, fresh, very unbroxen heavy, and it's got to be that ambergris. But yeah, like salty freshness, almost a little bit, fresh green. If you like that soapiness, yeah. Off the tip. Pause. Big pause. Pause. Wait a minute. Dang Productions. Yes, sir, bro. I love that sound effect. That sound effect go crazy. But okay, so we got it right here. OG versus the affordable alternative. Let's find my good old tester scripts. Got 2 clean ones right here, and let's get straight to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the fan real quick, because I got the fan going. And I don't want the smells to mess with me. Oh, what the hell did I just do? Oh no! Shit. Alright. If y'all didn't know,
I got this. I got this.
if you made it here, you got this. We got this. Let's get this party on the go.
I got this.
Affordable alternative versus the OG. Let's get it popping. Yeah, I want the OG first. No, I need the OG first. It's been a minute since I smelt it. And I need to smell its goodness. Please. Please tell me. No. No, this is so embarrassing. It's live. Bruh, that is crazy sauce. Hold on, don't do this to me. What the hell? Okay. Okay then. Okay then. And I got some on my fingertips. I got some on my fingertips. Herbs. Green. Fresh soapiness. Off the rip, the quality of the original Creed's green Irish Tweed. This smells quality-wise soapy, kind of like that green Irish soap, Irish Springs. That's what it's called, Irish Springs soap bar, but not as much as the other affordable alternatives. Fragrance time 3000, bro. Let me know. From a scale 1 to 10, what do you give the Al Haramain one? But this off the rip, I'm giving this like a 7. It's good, but it doesn't move my monkey like it did in the beginning. It's one of those things, like I said, that I'm glad that I have this 1 ml sample to have it again. I do like this fragrance, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. So this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to have this as part of my collection. If I run through it or whenever I do, depending on how quick it is, I might have to boost to the 5 ml. But if I have the 5 ml, it might be one of those things where like I hold on to that 5 ml for longer than I think. Maybe like 6 months to a year. Maybe a little bit more. Because, you know, your boy got a whole bunch of fragrances. Let me show y'all real quick. Try to move like a bunch of them. But this is pretty much a lot of the ones. So if you guys see anything that you guys are curious about, that piques your interest, we could definitely go more in depth. You already know we're going to talk about spring fragrances. But, yeah. I got to stop this this camera because sometimes it could be annoying. I'm sure. So again, herbal, lemony, lemon herbs, lemongrass, like a morning dew. Think like you're like out in the Irish mountains, you know what I mean? You're like in one of those like fields, like Lord of the Rings, or you see how in through social media some of those like mountainous green mountains, you know what I mean? And you see like the sheep out. It's like that, but like you just woke up and like early in the morning and you still see like some of that dew. So a little aquatic-y, soapy, lemongrass, herbal vibes with a nice like salty musk in the background. Boom. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So if you like that, it might be something to sample. Worth sampling. Let's go ahead and compare it to this affordable alternative. Boom. You saw that sprayer? Boom. Nothing crazy. Straight. I'm not trying to promote this fragrance at all. You know what I mean? But for 40 bucks, this is the presentation. Nothing crazy, but it says like, you know, nightclub in the back. And I like this. I do like that. Gives me kind of fancy vibes. Okay. So crazy. I almost gotta like feel like I gotta test this on skin, but I'm already knowing just off the tester strip, I'm gonna most likely like the original than the affordable one. But off the tester strip, not bad. They're definitely very close. 90%, I'll give it more like 85. I don't know why some of these people be saying that these alternatives and these, you know, inspired by fragrances are like 90% close. Very rare. I mean, you find some situations like this where they definitely get really freaking close, but for the most part, bro, they be count. I'd be saying more like 80%. Bro, this white hair going crazy, my boy. I just turned 30 like last week. That's crazy, bro. That white hair going nuts. Yeah, old out here. Let me go spray it. Hold on. It's really good. Word. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. The nightclub, at least on this tester strip, like I said, it's really loud. I've sprayed it out. I've worn it one time. It could be a little too much. I think I just may have oversprayed. So, and I think my girl may have said some things. I don't remember. It wasn't like negative, but it wasn't super positive. One of those things. But pretty close. So for $40, I would definitely say if you really like that scent profile. Oh yeah, no, they're kind of different. So the affordable, I'm getting more soapy, more of that green Irish soap. Not as herbally. I still get like, you know, that fresh dew, aquatic-y kind of vibe. Some of that salty musk. And some citruses. And some freshness for sure. So if you like that sort of thing, you know, definitely one great for the springtime. If you like to smell like you're outside, you like to take hikes and up on hills, on mountains, you like the smell of fresh air, you know, fresh morning dew when you just wake up and yeah. You looking at your grass and you like, after you just cut it, yeah, I love that shit. This might be your fragrance. I ain't gonna hold you. That this might be your fragrance. Cake, big cake. I love cakes. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you for sure. And while we just went over that, we definitely just compared Fragrance World's Nightclub Green Tweed versus Creed's Green Irish Tweed. And I was actually kind of shocked. Mostly shocked because the original doesn't move me like like it once did. But still a good fragrance. I'm glad that I have both. And that is that. Do you do videos? Absolutely. Absolutely we do videos. I got some on my page right now. I'm trying to be better. This is why I'm doing this live, because I was failing in being consistent with my content. Therefore, I have moved to live because it just makes my life a little bit easier, and I love honestly doing this type of interaction. Definitely a lot more than just making a video and pretty much like scripting it out, even though I don't really do that, but you know, it just be like kind of like that sometimes. So that's the truth of it, bro. And yeah, that's pretty much the truth of it. But yeah, if there's anything that you definitely want discussed, any questions, I'm definitely open to it all. Like I said, I'm here for the community. I'm here to help, and vice versa. You told us about an amazing fragrance, the Amber Sultan, something like that. But yeah, bro, so see, this is what we do it for, man. We do it for the love of the game. For the love of the game. Yes, sir. We do it for the love of the game. So, let's go ahead and move on. Talking about spring fragrances for 2026. What is your favorite spring fragrance? What is your favorite spring fragrance for 2026? Let me know real quick. Let me know what your scent of the day is if you haven't, and let me know what is your favorite spring fragrance and what are you excited to wear this spring. Let me know that. We're going to go ahead and transition. I'm going to go ahead and go through my collection. I'll actually show you guys. Alright, y'all can follow me. And I'm going to just put on a quick little tune that me and my bud made, because we just like to make music for fun sometimes. And then if it's trash, definitely let me know, because it will be trash.
He's on a lot of ketamine.
Got the flame, cooking shit like Luke Kane. With the game, doing shit that you can't. If we get mortal, got the army gon' bang. Bright diamonds on me, ain't Johnny Dang. I've been following four niggas, yeah, they like. Just like knocking one of these niggas like some stains. For the flame, yeah, nigga, one of them hands. Leave you black and blue, beat you with his hands. Milo on the counter, we just smoking grams. Smoking grams, put it in the wood, that's the game. Call a Wendy's, I might take that bitch to Neverland. I'm so high right now, I don't think that I'ma ever land. Nobody was gonna be part of the plan. If you got some plan, then you
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah.
Cheese, I run it up. Bitch, I'm not a man, I do this shit, I fuck it up. Tell your bitch, come over here, tell that bitch, go over there. Do this shit, back and forth, yeah, I can't do no back and forth. Open the garage,
I love the color of this bottle. Slick. Banger, 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 banger.
I got no time for no hate. 223 and I hope it don't jam. I got no time to get locked up in the can. I'm the man with
Yes, if you ever trying to feel lucky.
the man. You hate the man, you race the man, you probably part of the Ku Klux Klan.
Shit, man, I got a buttload, y'all. I got a buttload. Got a buttload. I can be here. I can be here almost all night. I just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Actually, hold on. Let me. These are some of the ones that I chose right here. And then there's more over there. But yeah. Cool. A little bit higher. Boom. Let's do that. And action. Alright, alright. Alright, cool, y'all. So let's go ahead and talk about some great fragrances to wear for spring 2026. Alrighty, we just went over green Irish Tweed. My boy Fragrance Time 3000 just told us that he had the Harmain, the affordable alternative, that he said that he recommends. That's pretty good. And we just discussed over another one from Fragrance World called Nightclub Green Tweed. And off the tester strip, it smelled like it was about 80% very close. So if you guys like that scent profile, definitely one to consider. But let's go ahead and talk about some. Now we've talked about the Fragrance World a lot, the affordable option. We've talked about, Armaf's Club de Nuit Untold. This bottle may look femme. The Baccarat Rouge scent profile to some is unisex. Some people think it's a little bit more on the feminine side. If you don't like sweet fragrances, if you don't like the whole cotton candy type of vibe, it might not be for you, but there's enough woods in here to really reel it down and not make it too feminine, in my opinion. And the Baccarat Rouge scent profile just smells like money. So definitely one for like about 40 bucks. Definitely pretty cool. That I would definitely, you know, I would definitely probably rock for the spring for sure. Definitely very versatile fragrance. Can go for casual wear. You can literally wear almost anything, just probably not PJs, unless you're wearing like, you know, some expensive PJs, because like I said, this fragrance kind of smells like money. We also talked about Club de Nuit's Urban Man Elixir, which has a lot of Dior Sauvage, and it has a little bit of Creed Aventus and some Baccarat Rouge in it. And just so you guys know that I don't play games, and I do like to do my research when I can, because a brother can't always, and he loves fragrances. Woody ambers, warm spicy, a little white floral, leathers, fresh spicy aromatic. But we're here real quick. 4.09. You know what I mean? Good fragrance, you know, up in the 4s and above is definitely going to be on the slight more mass appealing side versus, you know, below. And then we also got the Club de Nut Urban Elixir, and this one's got some amber, some aromatic, citrus, fresh, spicy, musky, woody, lavender, soft, spicy, warm, spicy, herbal. So this one might be a little more mass appealing than the other one, than the Baccarat Rouge scent profile. Definitely more masculine than the other one. And look at that, a higher rating as well. So those are a few affordable ones, but let's go ahead and talk about, you know, John, I get you, you know, affordable is cool, you know, those are some nice affordable fragrances. But hey, bro, you know, I want to hear something more pricey. I want to hear about some designers. I want to hear about, you know, well, what else you got on the line? You know, I got a little bit more money to spend. You know, I like my designer. So, what you got for me? So, okay, if we're talking about designers and you want to spend a little bit more cheddar, or you like something, you know, a little bit nicer, but you still don't want to break the bank, Missoni Pour Homme. Cool thing about this one, for those fans out there, magnetic out. Magnetic out. And this one is supposed to smell like Bleu de Chanel. That's the one. Let's look over real quick. Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. We got some citrus, woody, fresh, spicy, aromatic, fresh, lavender, leather, smoky, and a little fruity. So if you can't tell, these notes off rip sound pretty succulent, sound pretty in the sense that, you know, they are definitely going to be very mass appealing. Very mass appealing. So, if you guys like Bleu de Chanel, who doesn't like Bleu de Chanel? Bleu de Chanel is one of the most popular fragrances out here. Well, guess what? This is a slightly affordable option, but it's still designer. So if you're like, yeah, I don't really like Middle Eastern houses, banger right here. 4.11 out of 2,000 votes. Made in 2017. Lemon, grapefruit, lavender, ginger, apple, jasmine, birch, oak. A lot of masculine woods. This brings a little fresh, little leathery nuance. Oak is usually masculine woods. Ginger is usually very popular. Great lemon, lavender. You already know. This is what I want to show you guys really quick. Moderate. Seems like a little bit on the stronger. This is more of like a 5 to 7 on a good day. But this is what it is. Bleu de Chanel. I think it's supposed to be like the EDT. So if you like Bleu de Chanel, you'll most likely like this one. Woody aromatic. Mass appealer right here. I think most people would really like this. I think this one, if you're a beginner in the fragrance game, if you like a versatile, you don't really want to spend too much money, you don't really care about fragrances, but you want to have something good or reliable, here she is. Missoni Porom. Antonio, my boy, what's up, broski? Antonio in the building. We got Argentina in the building. What's up, my boy? How you doing today? Hopefully you having a great Tuesday. Taco Tuesday here in the United States. But today we had rice and beans with some eggs and avocado. Kept it a little light today. But yeah, bro, what'd you have on today? Let us know what you had. What was your scent of the day today? If you had any fragrance on today. Anybody else? Scent of the day? Please let us know what you guys had on. Today I had on Paco's Rabanne. I had to try this one out. I just got it yesterday and I tried it out today. Gave it a test run. I liked it. It was very pleasant. I will say that it gave me and it reminded me. In my opinion, I think it's because of the cardamom and vanilla combo. It reminded me of like Nishani Ani, French Avenue's Ghost, Spectra, you know, that kind of sort of vibe, which is very more masculine vanilla. Sexiness. It has this certain vibe to it, you know. So it was nice. It was nice. And I smelt it for most of the day, for the most part. I would say I still got very light wafts, but I would say at least for definitely on clothes, you can still smell it. But on skin in the air, I probably stopped clocking it after about 6-7 hours. Something like that. Something like that. What is this advertising? What? Get this out of my screen. Let's talk about this one. 1 Million Lucky. The name says it all. Have you guys had this one? Yes, it's a fingerprint magnet. You can see all that. But this one right here. Beast. Beast. Check this out. 1 Million Lucky. I always say if you want to feel lucky, this is the one right here. This one may not be for everybody, because if you're not into sweet fragrances and you like more like the leathery, masculine, you know, type of vibe, then this may not be for you. But it is heavier on the woods, so there's definitely a lot of masculinity, but right under it, definitely a lot of sweetness, nuttiness, honey, fruitiness coming from this plum, this nice, juicy, decadent, almost watery-ish, not really watery-ish, but juicy, watery kind of plum. Excellent, man. Excellent. With some nice florals in the background, a little bit of amber and some ozonic notes to give it like a nice, clean laundry. This fragrance is a great all-arounder. Another one, like I told you, this one. This is more Bleu de Chanel. So I would say that this is more like, you know, slightly more mass appealing. You know, but this one is right up there, man. Personally, I would say that this is a better smelling, more unique. The honeys is gonna love this one because it's got some of those gourmand notes, you know, so it smells really decadent, like a girl really would want to eat you up. 4.40 out of 5 with almost 7,000 votes. I mean, this fragrance is not lying, and it's an all-arounder. I think it can go all year. So another one great for spring. 1 Million Lucky if you guys are ever trying to feel lucky. And this girl right here, Natalie Garcia Seto, she's that bee. She's that biche. That girl knows how to make her fragrances. I've seen her a few times in some of my fragrances that I like. And, you know, there's some dudes out there that definitely make some really good guy colognes. But some of these women, you know, you may look at it and be like, that's a female making a perfume. Why would I want a female? It's probably too sweet, probably too feminine. Wait, maybe she knows what a female likes. So she's making a fragrance that would help you get the ladies. Change my perspective. Shout out to Antonio, bro. Had a cool graduation ceremony. Shout out to you, bro. Any type of graduation, get to it, bro. We don't like school. We in and out. We in and out. We here to get our degree, get our knowledge, and we out. Time to make this money, my boy. That's what I'm talking about. Different from what you think. What you talking about, my boy? What you talking about? 1 Million Lucky. Nice plum. Ozonic notes. Little citrus. This hazelnut honey combo. Honey's becoming really popular. A lot with JPG Lamal Elixir. Hazelnut's been... I don't know where else I've seen this, but you know, the Stronger With You is known for their chestnut, which also is a nuttiness. This is better in my opinion. I like cashmere wood, orange blossom, jasmine, cedar, amber wood, patchouli, vetiver, oak moss. Whole bunch of woods. Yeah, this is a banger right here for spring. Boom. 2 bangers back to back. Let's talk about another designer. This one might be slept on. It's called Cheek by Carolina Herrera for men. Now this one's gonna be for those who don't like loud projecting fragrances. People who are a little bit like more of the subtle fragrances, are a little bit more kept to themselves, don't want to be loud and projecting, but you still want to have like a nice little scent bubble around you. This is gonna be a good 4 to 5 hour fragrance minimum in my opinion. As it stays longer in your collection, it does get a little bit denser, but that's pretty much how it is. Pretty light, subtle, fresh, watery, sexiness. Carolina Herrera knows how to make some sexy fragrances. Look at that cheek, first one. Warm, spicy, citrus, that's from cardamom. Cardamom and fragrances are usually always going to be sex, date night, sexy, bring some sexy vibes to it, you know what I mean? Citrus, fresh, spicy, ozonic again, aquatic, aromatic, woody, some cinnamon, powderiness, a little bit, and some amberiness. Beautiful fragrance. Look at that. Another banger. 4.25 out of 5 with almost 3,500 votes. Perfect for spring. Not super strong for winter, I'd say, but you know, this is one that you could definitely go blast it a few times. This one, let's see how much it is real quick, because I think if it's less than 50, definitely not bad for the price. I mean, especially when you got some of these you know, Arabian Middle Eastern fragrances that a lot of them do smell really good, but you know, you can get you a nice designer, Carolina Herrera, a well-known great brand, for less than 50, about 40 bucks. Come on, dude. Yeah, definitely want to have in your collection. Definitely want to try out at least. Cheek for Men by Carolina Herrera. Oh yeah, it's got some spiciness. It's got that watermelon. I don't know if you guys saw that. Woody, spicy has become one of my you know, favorite type of fragrances, because you know, it woody, spicy, I've seen work a lot well with some date night fragrances. So yeah, nice little sprayer. Yeah, fresh, sexy, sweet, a little sweet too. See a lot of pepper, a lot of cinnamon here in the middle, so definitely gonna have a lot of spiciness. Pepper is usually more fresh spicy, while cinnamon's a little bit more on the warm spicy. Cardamon's also warm spicy. Nice little lemon, mandarin, bergamot, juicy watermelon, and some nice basic base notes that you have seen a lot, especially around this time. These fragrances, they usually all have a lot of similar notes. Here in Arch, we throw food and eggs and basically anything you can throw. Damn, anything. It's like somebody just grabs somebody. It's like, here, and just throws them out in the crowd and splash at someone to the graduated. Not my graduation though, a friend of mine. All right, man. Well, shout out to him, bro. We all know graduating, get out in there. That's the move. That's the move. Let's go ahead and stop this thing. I don't know why this thing's going. But give me a sec, y'all. Let me take a quick little sip of this water, and then we're going to keep it moving. Okay, another banger. So we just went over Cheek for Men. For the designer side, we went over Missoni Pour Homme. If you want to smell like Bleu de Chanel, but not pay the price, but smell just as good. Quality is really good. Sprayer, magnetic cap if you guys didn't see. And then the sprayer I didn't show you guys. Pressurized. It's a great fragrance. And then we also talked about, yes, 1 million lucky if you want to feel lucky, in my opinion. But as always, oops, it's because I did this. You gotta try before you buy. Okay? Try before you buy. So let's go ahead and skip over to some more affordable options. So if you guys really like Prada, yesterday we talked a little bit of Prada when we did the unboxing, and we talked about the Luna Rossa line. Prada, in my opinion, is one of the best designer fragrances for men's fragrances. They got some beasts like Prada L'Homme, smell like sexy laundry, fresh and clean. You got Prada L'Homme Intense, that's got some iris in there as well. Great nighttime, wintertime fragrance. Glad they brought it out because they almost discontinued it. You got the Prada Luna Rossa line that consists of the original, which smells like this, or this smells like the original. You got the Carbon, which smells like Dior Sauvage, but slightly better in my opinion and more smoother. And you got, of course, the infamous Prada Black. Great, different type of vanilla. Really good as well. And you got Prada Ocean. Another banger. Where is my Prada Ocean? Okay. So, let's talk about these two right here real quick. This, of course, is going to look like the Prada Ocean. Let me just show you guys really quick. Prada Ocean. And as you guys can tell, look at that color scheme. Yep, it's supposed to imitate the original, which is aromatic, which is a really good fragrance as well, guys. Perfect for the springtime, as you guys can see right here. Spring, summer, 4.03 out of 5. If you guys are in this fragrance game, there's this cutie out here called Curly Fragrance. She used to do a lot of street battles. Prada's Luna Ocean is one of the most complimented ones. Women love it. Fresh, clean, sweet, done right. And you can get it for less than that. And it smells just like it. So much so that I would say I'd get this. I think the Ocean is actually getting reformulated. I don't care. I got this. Keep this coming. We Gucci gang. Oh, man, it's getting a little toasty up in here. And this one is going to smell like the Luna Rossa EDT. So let me show you guys really quick the Luna Rossa EDT. And another beautiful fragrance. This is the first one that came out of the Luna Rossa line, and you got to give credit where credit is due. This is the reason, the original, is the reason why the whole Luna Rossa line blew up, why it's very known for Carbon, for the Ocean, for the Black. What else they got? Those are usually the more popular ones, and of course the original. And this, if you like mint, you're gonna like this. Aromatic, mint, lavender, some musk, sexy musks, and another female. This girl pretty much did the whole Prada Luna Rossa line. Shout out to her, man. She made a banger line, bunch of fragrances that are compliment getters. sexy smelling. And yes, lavender, bitter orange, mint, clary sage, ambrette, and some ambroxan. This one is great for the spring. 4.15 with 4,500. Yes, yes, yes. What is y'all's favorite fragrance for spring? Let us know. What are you excited to wear for spring? Let us know. But yeah, that is another banger for the spring. Let me go ahead and wrap up the affordable side with this one right here. Yeah, Parfum. And this one is supposed to smell like, what's his name? It's supposed to smell like YSL's Y Le Parfum, the original. The one that unfortunately got discontinued. They made a new one. It's a little bit different in the notes. They said out with the old, in with the new. But I'm not too worried because they brought something very similar back. And this, I think at the time, only cost me like 20 bucks. And this for 20 bucks. I would have to say it's got to be in your collection. It has to be in your collection. I mean, this one right here for 20 bucks is one of those things that you can throw in the gym bag. I even say, even though I don't think you should throw colognes in the car, you can even throw this in the car. This is just a versatile, great, easy, put it on. Boom. 4 hours, easy, easy, easy. First hour is projecting pretty well. First 2 hours, definitely got a nice scent bubble going on. After that, it's closer to skin scent. But yes, sir. Yeah, Parfum. If you guys want to smell sexy, sensual. Look at that, 4.17. Perfect, man. And some beautiful notes right here. Very same, if not exactly the same as the original. The YSL Le Parfum. Beautiful fragrance indeed. Look at the sprayer. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy indeed. But beautiful fragrance. Very easy. Like I said, no brainer. Walk out the house, wherever you need to go. Psh, 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 psh. Works for every damn thing. When you put on that fragrance, this is how you're gonna feel like.
I got this. I got this.
You're gonna feel like.
I got this. I got this.
No count.
I got this.
No count. Alrighty. And that, guys, that's gonna end it for today. I want to appreciate everybody. Shout out to Fragrance Time 3000. Shout out to Antonio who popped in and said what's up. Thank you everybody who liked the video. Everybody who subbed, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm going to try to be here tomorrow around the same time. And we'll talk about some more spring fragrances. And we'll talk some more because like I said, I can talk about this all day. But yeah, we went over some bangers. We went over some affordable fragrances. We went over some banger designers. If there's anything else that you guys are interested or want to try about, definitely let me know. Antonio, much love, bro. Thank you as always for popping in and saying hello. Shout out to you. Hopefully you had a wonderful day. Shout out to your friend at graduation. The food and the eggs, that sounds a little wild, but I like that, man. In our countries, we always got some wild thing going on. We got some nice traditions going on, so I like the energy. And good vibes as always. Smell good out here. Stay sexy out here. It's your boy Johnny Sense reporting live. Peace out, y'all, man. Much love. Fragrance Familia. Peace.